Hello Sunshines, welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of April, 2023, and this is episode, 13, 14, somewhere in there, early teens. I am at the park. I am chilly because it's like 40 degrees. And a month ago, 40 degrees would have been like, oh, this is beautiful. But last week it was like 80 degrees a couple days. So like I had to pull out my fan so I could sleep one night. And now I've pulled out a heating pad so I can sleep. Oh, silly Michigan springtimes. It's lovely. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just checking in so I can kick off this vlog. So hopefully I'll record the vlog. The last couple weeks I've been less than successful at doing this in a timely manner, but I shall try. I shall endeavor to get back on schedule. I'm kind of toying with, let me know what you think in the comments, kind of toying with the idea of doing like a monthly vlog sort of thing. So it would be like check-ins throughout the month of what I'm reading and working on as I feel like it, but then have a sit-down portion at the beginning or at the end of like my knitting stuff, so I can actually like sit down and really talk about the projects and you can see the whole thing instead of vlog style where you can just see a little part. I don't know. I feel like maybe that would work better, but then once a month I would be editing a whole bunch of stuff instead of trying to do once a week. I don't know. There's pros and cons. What do you think? What do we think? Look at all the green that's in the little park woods thing. Now it's very exciting. Look how less flooded it is. That whole area was flooded and now it's barely underwater, so that's exciting. Okay, I don't have anything to talk about, so I'll see you when I do. Bye for now. So it is Wednesday and I am working on the sock while walking, and I just got to the point where I wanted to put in my forethought yarn for this heel, and I've been knitting and walking and I had a spare 9-inch circular stuck into my sock and it was there earlier in my walk, and now I have lost it on my walk and I don't know when I lost it, so I'm kind of looking, but I mean, it's okay. So it's not a red lace like these ones. These are Chowgu red lace. The needle that I dropped has bamboo tips and a clear cord. So I'm probably not going to find it on my backtracking. And I don't want to wait until I get home to continue the sock. So I'm just going to keep knitting the tube and I will cut in the heel, which is fine. It's not any harder really than putting in waste yarn. So I'll do that instead. But man, I was doing so good about not losing that needle and then I lost it. Kind of bummed. Oh well, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't even really like knitting on that needle. I just have it because I've had it for, you know, almost a decade, I think. Somewhere around there. Hello, Sunshines. Happy Thursday. A little sock check-in for you. I decided to go ahead and cut in the heel for this sock so that I would have a more accurate way to measure the foot length, because I did an afterthought heel, so I did actually cut in because I didn't have my waste yarn put in. So I'm getting ready to Kitchener it. and then I will be working down the foot. I'm pretty close, actually. You can see I'm up to about here on my finger, so I will go all the way to the end of my fingertip and then maybe another inch or so, and then the toe. So yeah, I could feasibly finish this first sock tomorrow, which would be nice. I didn't anticipate making socks for my sister's oldest kiddo so quickly, but it's just a plain stockinette thing, and it's easy to work on while I am walking. And we had an assembly today, so I knit during that. So yeah. I don't know whether or not we're going to the movies on Sunday. Maybe, maybe not. So if I started the second one, that would be a good project to take to the movies. Especially if I got it to the straight stockinette portion. But I don't know. We may or may not go. Just a thought. Good morning, sunshines. Happy Saturday, the 22nd of April, 2023. Yep, that one. Ooh, I've only been up like 10 minutes. Okay, please forgive me. I slept in this morning and it was lovely, and I got up and I fed the dog, and now I have set up my nest for the day. I don't work today. It's supposed to be rainy, which I'm really excited about. And my plans today are, I have a lot of plans, but my plan to do my plans is very simple. So I'm going to do a rotation. If you're new here, it's the thing that I do, where everything that's on the rotation has to be completed before I go back to the rotation and start again. My rotation today is very simple. I'm going to do 20 minutes of cleaning. I'm going to do 20 minutes of studying. And then I'm going to watch an episode of Bridgerton and do whatever I want while I'm watching Bridgerton. So what that's going to look like is, here is my to-do list. So I wrote this yesterday morning, and then I ended up doing all of this yesterday. This is schoolwork, like coursework for my teaching certificate. This is a bunch of stuff that I want to get done. Like I have some letters to write. Where are they? Where are my letters to write? Some letters. I have a couple books that I need to write in my book journal. I want to swatch my daughter's skirt. Some phone stuff to take care of. I have a couple errands that will wait until tomorrow. This is the coursework that I want to do. These are my cleaning to-dos, and this one. And then these are crafty to-dos. So let's show you. Oh, I didn't bring my cowl over. Fail. I'll grab that in a second. I have the exploration station, which this is for the exploration station. This is the section that I'm on. I've done some of these rows. I just, I needed to write it down. I needed to write down what the brioche section looked like. So as you can see, it's not even that much work. I needed to write it down so I could see it. And then I'm going to mark off where I am on it. And I'm going to do that before I start knitting on it. That way I can just see how much progress I've made today. Like, obviously I have these squares that I can mark down, but I'd like to see. And the exploration station right this second looks like this. I want to do 2 fingers on this glove this weekend. So I'm at the point where I can start the fingers, which is exciting. And then the cowl. So this is where I am starting with the cowl. Hoping to do 10 rounds this weekend. My hoodie, I think, is hanging up on the back of my door. It just needs a little bit more fixed on the hem, I believe, or was it the pocket? I don't remember. It shouldn't take too long. It's that one hoodie that I was working on over spring break that like the pocket and the hem and stuff were all becoming unraveled after only wearing like 4 times. I also have these 2 projects that I want to finish, but it doesn't have to be this weekend. This is that hat that I started. This is what I worked on last night when I was hanging out with my sister. Did I tell you I hung out with my sister last night? I can't remember if I did or not, or if I just thought about telling you. So I was somewhere in the ribbing yesterday, and we went to my sister's house unexpectedly. Like, she and I were supposed to go for a walk, but then it was rainy. So she was like, do you want to just come over instead? And she texted that during school. And I was like, sure. So we did not come back to our house before going to her house because it would have just added too much driving to my day, especially because my oldest kiddo was going out with some friends skating, and that is on the other side of my sister's house from me. So I was like, okay, it's fine. We'll go to my sister's house, and then I'll drop off my oldest kiddo and go back to my sister's house and hang out. And then we'll leave from my sister's house, pick up my kiddo, and then drive all the way back home. Because this is the way that my brain works. Like, that made the most sense. So I didn't go home. And in the morning, I didn't pack up any of the stuff that I wanted to get finished this weekend. Because, like, I could have easily written about, if I had my reading journal, I could have easily written about the 2 books, and like, that's not a lot to carry. I didn't bring any of the projects that I wanted. Like, I could have easily done the fingers on the glove while sitting there watching movies. The cowl, absolutely could have done 10 rounds, but I didn't have any of my things. So I grabbed the hat that I had sitting in my car that I started a while ago while I was walking, and I just worked on that because it's actually not a good project for walking now that I'm taking from the inside and the outside of a ball, and then another ball. Like, every once in a while it gets a little blah. So I'm going to finish that hat sometime, maybe this weekend, if I get through my crafty to-do list. Like, the 4 projects that I have on my to-do list are priority. I want to get those done. The hat, I'm not going to do anything with until next fall or winter. Like, I'm going to give it to a kiddo at school. So it doesn't need to be done at any time, but I also just don't want it sitting around on the needles forever. And then I have this sock for my sister's oldest kiddo, and I'm not very far away from finishing it. It's just plain stockinette. Again, we might go to the movies tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. So if we are doing that, I'd kind of like to have the second one started and through the cuff so that I can do the whole leg at the movies. But it's, I don't need this until winter holiday time. So I'll work on these 2 projects if I get through the other 4 projects, like what I want to do with them. We'll see. So I guess it's time to get to work and do the cleaning and the studying so that I can do the watching of Bridgerton and crafting. I think I'm going to take before pictures of everything so that we can see of all of the crafting projects. There's my supervisor. Hello. My room's a mess. I know. That's why there's so many things to do on the to-do list. Yeah, I think I'm going to take pictures of before so that we can see how much I did today. I think that'll be good. But first, we clean. And good morning, sunshines. It's Sunday, the 23rd of April, 2023. All the shenanigans that you're hearing is my cat playing with a catnip toy. Now we're watching. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. He's like, oh, okay, I can do this. All right. So, I did pretty well yesterday, knocking out a bunch of to-dos. I did so well on my studying that I finished the course I was working on. And I'm going to try to do another course today. This is a short one. This is only a 3-hour course. So my plan is to do a similar rotation as yesterday. Look at how much I got done. Look at all of these things done. I'm so proud of myself for yesterday. Anyway, I am going to do 20 minutes cleaning, 20 minutes studying, and then 40 minutes watching Lord of the Rings because I finished the Bridgerton season 2 yesterday. It was very good and it had me in my feels, and yeah, I liked it a lot. Kind of makes me want to pick up another Bridgerton book from the library, but I still have 2, 4, 6, 7 books from the library right now. 8 with the one that I'm reading, so maybe this summer. So yeah, this is what my to-do list looks like after yesterday, and I am hoping that most of this will be done by the end of today. I will show you my knitting progress and stuff later. I think I might finish the first glove today. No promises. Now that I say that, now I feel a little stressed about it, but let me show you what I did yesterday. I did so much. I didn't just do 2. I did 3 fingers yesterday, so I just have a finger and a thumb to do. Could possibly happen today. No pressure though. I do want to fix this navy hoodie before I start knitting on that. So yeah, check in with you soon. Hello sunshines, happy Sunday. Coming to check in with you, trying to decide what I'm going to knit on while I talk to you so that I'm not super fidgety. How are you? I'm good. I am kind of tired today. I went out with my sister last night to karaoke. One of her coworkers had a birthday, and so we went to celebrate. But listen, I am too old for the party to be starting at 10:30. My sister works at a pizza restaurant, so it started at 10:30 because that's when everybody was off of work. That's so late. That's so late. I'm so old for that. So I'm a little bit tired from that. I even took a nap this morning. Like, I got up, I went grocery shopping, and then I took a nap at 9 a.m. from like 9-ish until noonish. And I am ready to go back to sleep, even though it's only 4 in the afternoon. But I wanted to come say hello, check in, show you what I've been working on, because I have been kicking butt and taking names this weekend on my to-do list. I showed you all that. And then since this morning, I've finished that course, the new schoolwork course that I put on my to-do list this morning as a stretch goal. I finished that, and all of the cleaning that was on the list is now done, and all of my crafting on the list is taken care of. So now I'm working on the other things on the list, like the paperworky type things. And my plan for that is to work on some paperworky things and knit and watch Lord of the Rings for the rest of the evening. So it's going to be Lord of the Rings marathon while I knock out things on my to-do list. And if not everything gets to done, that's okay, but I'm in a really, really good place to get everything to done. So we will see. And, you know, theoretically I could also edit this vlog, but that's probably not happening until, you know, Wednesday or something ridiculous. So first up, not on my to-do list, but I told you I was pretty much done with this hat, right? I just had the decreases to do. So I did the decreases. The decreases are finished. And I think it looks pretty good. Pretty pleased with it. This is just going to go, this is just going to go in my stash of things for students for next fall and winter, so that can be donated. I also started this 2 weeks ago in spring break, and now it was so silly. I literally just had this seam right here, this 1 inch to finish seaming on this hoodie to have this hoodie all fixed. This is the hoodie that I purchased that like the stitching popped after 3 or 4 times of wearing it. Annoying, but it's fixed now, so good job me. Very, very proud. When we went last night to karaoke, I took this sock. So this sock is for my sister's oldest kiddo. I'm really struggling because that is a mouthful to say, and I really need a gender neutral term for that kiddo. For all the kiddos, like, I don't know. Need gender neutral terms. So anyway, this is what I'm making for them, and I am really close to the toe decreases. Am I at the toe decreases? Their foot is just a teeny bit bigger than mine. Yeah, because where my fingertip is, this is where I would start. Right here is where I would start the toe for my own sock. But their foot is a little bit bigger than mine. However, I'm making this sock 72 stitches, and I only use 56 stitches on my socks. So I think I'm going to knit to the color change. That's, I don't know, maybe less than 2 rounds, I would say. I'm going to knit to the color change, and then when I get to the color change, I am going to start the toe. I did put in an afterthought heel, but I did that before I finished the sock so that I could easily measure the length of the sock. The yarn is Lion Brand Mani Petty. And so this is what I have of the 50 gram skein of yarn, the original one. So looking at it right now and looking at how much yarn I used for the heel, I could probably get just the whole single sock out of this. But I'm glad that I did what I did in splitting it just in case. And then, yeah, then I'll use the other ball for, maybe I'll use it for socks, or maybe I will use it for scrappy blankets, who knows. I don't. Unsure what I'm going to use it for yet. But I think I could finish this sock tonight. I think that's a probable thing that could happen, which would be good because then I could cast on the other one so that I have knitting for work. I still haven't found my missing project bag. I also haven't put out a call. Like, I should find a picture of that project bag, like take a screenshot of it or something from one of my videos and send out an email saying, have you seen this bag? I should do that. I did look in the lost and found, and when I was in classrooms, I like casually glanced around to see if I could find it, but I didn't ask teachers if they had seen it. Well, I asked one teacher, but only one, if she had seen it. So yeah, I need to check, and I guess I could check in my car, but I'm really pretty sure I didn't bring it home from school. I'm pretty sure I left it in the classroom. I also worked just a little bit on my cowl, what is this technique called that I'm not actually using? It's where you alternate 2 skeins of yarn, and when you do the technique you slip stitches, but I'm not doing that because I find that to be extra work and I don't want to, so I'm not going to. What is it called? I've said it before, I'm sure I'll say it again. This is a long-term project. So here's the cowl, and I did 10 rounds this weekend. That was the goal. Good job me. So 10 rounds looks like that right there. Not a ton of progress, but enough that it's still forward momentum.
and I don't need this finished really at any point, although I would like to give it to one of my coworkers this winter season. So I'd like it to be, oh, that could be a cowl right now. I could close it and it would be a tight fitting cowl. I would like it to be big enough to wrap around twice though, so I guess I want it to be twice this length. I think I have enough yarn for that. I don't know. We'll see how far this gets me. We'll see what I need to do to get it to the length I want it to be. I also have made a bunch of progress on this glove. I'm so pleased. So here is the glove for my hair is everywhere per usual. For my kiddo's dad, his hands are just a smidgen bigger than mine, so these fingers are just ever so much too long. But as you can see, I am dangerously close to finishing the last finger, and then I just have to put a thumb on it. So I want to finish that sock. I also want to finish this glove today, which is super doable. I think it's a little before 4 p.m. I usually don't go to sleep until like, really recently I haven't been going to sleep until like 11, but I'd like to go to sleep around 9. So plenty of time to finish this glove, as long as I get these stitches picked up before it gets dark, which is still like 4 hours away. So I am excited about that. Then I could also cast on the second glove, and that could be work knitting, because I do, what do I do, 30 rounds of 2x2 ribbing. Perfect for walking around the classroom. And ta-da, very exciting, I did several rows of brioche this weekend. So this is my exploration station by Stephen West. The little green marker is where I was at the beginning of the weekend. I know it doesn't look like a ton of progress, but I'm knitting single pass brioche, which means I have to knit every row twice. And this is what the brioche looks like on the right side, and this is what it looks like on the wrong side. And brioche is super easy. If you are looking at if you're looking at a brioche pattern and you're like, that's way too many letters, it's really not that scary. It's like, it is a lot of letters, but what you're actually doing is fairly simple. So highly recommend. I even think that this pattern would be good if you're a brioche beginner, because there's not a lot going on. Like, it's very, very basic, and there is a smidgel, just a itsy bitsy bittle of increasing on the ends, but not very often. And it's super simple, and there's no decreasing. So there's not a lot of like craziness in this brioche. So it's a pretty good beginner brioche pattern. And it's, I don't know what my child is doing in the kitchen. That's so loud. I'm sorry. It's a big enough section that you can like figure out the brioche. I think I'm just under halfway through the section, but it's not so big that it's incredibly daunting to have to do the thing. What is this line on my face? What is that? Where's that shadow coming from? Do you see it? It's weird. I don't know. I don't know where that shadow is coming from. If it's bothering you as much as it's bothering me, I'm sorry. So other than that, I have been reading Stone Blind, which is really, really good. It is, it's all about Medusa and Greek gods, and Perseus is on his way to kill a Gorgon at the part of the story where I am right now. If you're not familiar with the story of Medusa, Did I just spoil it for you? I don't know. I feel like if you're watching my podcast, you're probably at least passing familiar of the story of Medusa and Perseus. So, anyway, he's going to kill her. He's on his way. That's his mission. That's where I'm at in the story. It's really, really good. It's super conversational. The author definitely breaks the fourth wall. Not a lot, but like just enough that it's engaging. Yeah, I really, really like the retelling. Like from the first page, I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to read this book right now. So I recommend that. I'm sorry, I keep itching my face. My face is going crazy right now because we're doing like weather change and stuff. And so my skin is so irritated right now. It doesn't matter how many times I wash it, moisturize it, anything. It's just, it's going crazy. Anything else that I need to update you on? I don't think so. I think that's everything. Thank you for hanging out with me this week, and hopefully I will get this edited in a timely fashion and you'll see it, and then I'll see you in about a week. That's the plan. That's the hope. I'm sorry I don't always get there. I will see you again soon, friends. Bye for now.